up. We'll begin with Elizabeth McKinney of Fairfax Road.
Good evening. I am Elizabeth McKinney, and I've lived in Vermilion for 62 years, 64 years actually. I've heard about the sewer system that's being replaced in Vermilion on the lake. I understand it needs to be replaced, but I'm here to find out how much of an assessment or basement or whatever that they can come on your property. Because I did not know they were going to come as far as they did. They destroyed the flowers that my mother built there. She's passed away in 2015. It can't be replaced. Had I known they were coming that far, we could have got out and dug them up and saved them. So I would like to know how far back on the property they're allowed to come. I called the mayor's office. They told me the city director would be calling me. I'm waiting still. This was a week ago. So my question is this. Do I have to take care of that property? Do I have to mow it after you guys have destroyed this property now? I'm not saying you. I went out there and I was talking to the gentlemen. They were really nice. I will give you guys credit for having a nice group of guys working there. They apologized. They said that you should have known. So that's when I called the mayor's office. They said they put something in the newspaper, in the journal. I don't read the photojournal. I'm not gonna pay to get news about my town. It's something on Facebook. I looked on there, I couldn't find it anywhere. I said, text messaging. I'm not signing up for your text messaging. I did it before and I got too many daggone messages of garbage that wasn't important to me. Next thing, and I said, did you send a letter out in the mail, the U.S. Postal, to my house? No. It's still, we didn't do that. Did you put a letter on my door? You managed to get my water bill every month. You drive down the street in your truck, you take the things. Why can't you stop, put a letter on the door? Nobody in my area that I talked to, and I talked to everybody on my street practically, got a letter of anything saying how far they were going to come back. Now, I understand it had to be done, and I understand that the city approved it, and all these great things. It's the point that nobody bothered to tell us how far you're coming back. If I would have known, and I need to know, do I need to take care of that out by the road now? Because my mom built a brick wall there. They tried everything they could do to save this. It's not happening. The flowers cannot be replaced. The vines that had grown for over 40 some years are gone. So my question is, how do I find this information out? Maybe you can tell me, do I have to mow? Do I have to take care of that property? Because if they can come in and destroy everything I do, then I'm not gonna mow it anymore. The city of Vermilion can pay for it. You can send your little mowers down there and mow it down, as far as I'm concerned. You don't bother the people behind me that have bamboo growing, because it's not out by the road. This is what I want to stand here and what I want to address you on. Does anybody have an answer? How far back?
If you don't mind, let me. We have three. I've written down three specific questions you have, and it's a few more minutes if you wish to speak. But and I was going to, before you left the podium, I was going to read those. The city is going to be obligated to respond. They can do it tonight to some of them, but they will have to come back at the next regular meeting to provide that information. You can get that out if you don't want to come back personally. You're going out of it. Okay, that's fine. If you're going, you can get the information on the minutes. Okay, but in answer to your question, yes, there will be an answer. Go ahead.
I can call.
Okay, that'd be fine. There's a matter of record. Where's our charter?
Sure.
That's it. So, go ahead, though. Okay.
So, do you know, does anybody know if there was any letters mailed out or put out? Let me ask you that.
There were no letters sent out.
Okay. So how in the world are we supposed to know as citizens what's going on? That's my question. I understand. I read the mayor's notes about what's going on uptown. I read all those things. That's what's going on. Guys, come on. Us old people don't like all this new just like paper, pencil in hand. That's all I'm asking. Is I was notified and I wasn't. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I just wanted to say thank you for listening. I appreciate your time.
Can you hold on 1 second?
Absolutely.
These are the questions that I took from what you asked. How far are the staff allowed to come into the property to do work? That was your first question, right?
Yeah, how
Is
far,
there just, okay.
how far do you guys have this assessment or what I think they call it assessment? That's right.
Do I now have to take care of the property, mow, keep up the property? And the third one is, to what extent is the city responsible for the cost of replacing I'm gonna write vegetation because you listed a lot of things over there, so.
Well, I know the city's gonna replant things because I was told that.
Well, you have,
So
I mean, you have a unique set of plants that were there.
Oh, yeah, they
So,
can't be replaced.
so I'm gonna ask the administration to come back with an answer to that,
Yeah,
okay?
those can't. If it wasn't because it was my mom's and she planted them, believe me, I'm not one for yard work. Believe me. But those, every time I looked at them, I thought of her. This is the house that I own. I grew up in it. I went to school here my whole life. I just need some help to find out. Because I really think it's ridiculous that they can come, I mean, oh my, and the guys were really nice. I really lost it on them and I apologized to them. But that didn't take care of, had I known, is the whole thing. The city should have notified us all by mail. Letter on the door, in the mailbox. Thank you.
Thank you.